alone. Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa is also here with me, and together we'll be rocking the headlines and giving you all of the bits and pieces of the headlines this morning. Hey, Ronke.
Hi, good morning, and I hope you had a restful night.
I did. It was cool.
Yes.
Quite cool. I mean,
the rain always, comes right in the middle of the night. Just when we're about to get up, and then the rain goes.
And it'll be sinking into your skin.
Natural AC, Yeah. Wow, it's a good day. We're glad to be here today, and we're glad that you've joined us as well. Thank you so much. It's going to be an amazing time as we kick off with looking at the stories making headlines in Nigerian newspapers.
All right, so I just pick up a few of the headlines while Ronke will conclude the rest. From Daily Trust, I have this very interesting story. 2023, politicians see elections as war. That's coming from INEC this morning. Punch says 19.76 trillion naira budget proposal, 12 trillion naira deficit worries FG, and debt may hit 54 trillion naira. I know that the administration of Muhammadu Buhari has been saying that they have less to deal with, but less resources actually, and more infrastructure. But the thing is, shouldn't we be worried with 54 trillion naira debt profile? Wike vows to name candidates planning looting. And Vanguard there says whereabouts of 14,000 children in Nigeria unknown, says ICRC. That's a report coming from an investigation there. Lagos records 2 kidnap cases in 7 months. That's coming from the CP there. Court dismisses suit for Abba Kyari's extradition. I'm sure you must have seen that story. That's running through all the newspapers this morning. ASU extends strike indefinitely and holding a crucial NEC meeting even today. Well, there is also one story. The federal government is proposing a budget estimate of 19.76 trillion naira, but the deficit will hover between 11.30 trillion naira and 12.41 trillion naira in the 2023 fiscal year. It means that you budgeting 19.76 trillion naira, but you have a deficit of about 12.41 trillion naira. When you say deficit, that means, money not enough. Something like borrowing or servicing debt. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, decried that the government might be unable to provide for Treasury-funded capital projects next year. So that's the implication. And he said that this is in view of dwindling revenue and payment of subsidies on premium motor spirits, popularly known as petrol. And government is saying that they may not be able to provide capital project because of subsidy. I know we're getting there. And so we're there now. Nigerians will begin to think of how we are going to bite the bullet.
That bullet, we must. We must, and everyone will have to make sacrifices.
I just hope that those who are in saddle of power, those who are given the power to run this nation, will equally take these huge sacrifices.
Exactly, not just some people.
Yeah.
So everyone has to make, and I think that's what true leadership is. True leadership is not dumping the work on all of your people or making them, have to be the one to cut their coats and all of that. But if they see that you also are also cutting down in certain areas, I think that people will not mind. Nigerians definitely will not mind. Nigerians go abroad. I mean, the electricity bills in the UK, in the US, is nothing compared to what we have to pay here. It's a lot. The rent that they have to pay is a lot. But then Nigerians will go there, work 3 jobs in order to be able to afford these basic necessities. But so it's as a matter of having seen leaders that have good intentions. And I think it's so important.
Yeah, 6 of 10 doctors live in Nigeria. NAD laments 6 out of 10 doctors.
Wow, that's a huge number.
60%.
My goodness.
Live in Nigeria. So now they're saying 6 out of 10 doctors in the country plan to leave the country for greener pastures. This just has disclosed that there are only 12,297 resident doctors in both the federal and state tertiary institutions in the country. The now president, Dr. Dare Ishaya, disclosed this in an interview with the Punch newspaper on Monday. Ishaya said, as of the last time we issued the questionnaire, we found that out of 10 resident doctors, 6 of them are planning to leave or have the intention to leave.
I'm even surprised it's just 60%, to be honest. So I guess the 60% that really can afford to make such plans, because we've said here before, relocation or relocating is not a cheap venture.
Tunde once said that the Nigerian dream is Japan.
Now,
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my dream.
And it's so worrisome, because I mean that means if we've always talked about going to hospital where you have like shortages of doctors, it's only going to get worse. People leave medical school now with just aspiration of just moving to another country. Sometimes I wonder if our government sees this as as dangerous as it really is. 6 out of 10. So if you count 10 doctors
6 of them
who are attending to you, 6 of them, their spirit is already in Canada.
Yeah, planning to leave. And that's a question. The empirical research by national resident doctors, that you got there.
While on the other hand, ASU has chosen to still continue.
Not just continue, now it's indefinite. Now there is no end in sight until this means until federal government accede to their request. Without that, they're not coming back. I think you just named the bottom line that the schools are not reopening anytime soon until the negotiation sale.
Right, and key things from what we said yesterday, you talked about how it's just amazing that in an election year that they would allow.
Yeah, it's shocking for me. I don't know how many people will think that same way. It's shocking for me that the federal government is able to sleep with its 2 eyes closed at an election year and then ASU's on strike. So I've been asking the question: what exactly will APC as a political party? What are they going to use to woo Nigerians to the polls again? I mean, what are those things? Is it the security that people are crying every day about? Is it corruption that we do not even see how they're fighting it? Except for the infrastructure that they are bouncing up around.
Exactly.
Are they going to boast of the economy?
Yes.
That they have run?
Well, the question is, you think this is because the President Buhari is not returning, and so for him, it's, I don't know. If he was coming for a second term, would this be happening?
I don't know. I mean, I can't put my finger on it. My problem was that even if he's not coming back as a candidate on the ballot, his party wants to return to power. I mean, that's why Ahmed Tinubu is on the ballot and is doing everything to become, the next president. So it's the same party, except if they want to tell us that it's not the same party.
Exactly.
But if it is the same party, as far as I understand, it is the same APC that wants to continue. And it's also curious for me, every time you hear them talk about the next election, or you hear Tinubu and his people talking about the next, they dissociate themselves from the liability of this government.
Exactly. Which is what I'm saying. Exactly. So I think because they feel that people vote based on personality as opposed to party, so they feel they can detach themselves and disconnect themselves from the. I
still wonder. Why they would dissociate themselves from the liabilities of.
Wouldn't you though? If it were you, wouldn't you? There's a lot of failures in this administration.
But it's a party. So okay, now let's turn the table. Why should I want to vote for this party that, with this record, that's what they're giving to us?
But isn't it unfair to whoever is coming, because it's really not his fault that we're where we are? Yes, the party. Oh wow. It is.
So if it takes the asset, so we need jettison the liability. I have no problem with APC or PDP. They are both political parties as far as I'm concerned, and they have the electorate to woo, and that's their business to woo the electorate, not anybody's business. It's their business to woo them. I was just wondering what will be their selling point.
I guess those who are, we don't know who you're voting for, but those who are sort of leaning towards, I would be curious to know what is it that, is they've said that would give you confidence that things are going to get better. This same party has been ruling for the past 2 administrations and we are where we are. I'd be curious. If you're voting APC, good for you, and that's your prerogative. But I really would be interested to know, what. But some people, I've actually heard some people say, we're not voting for the party, we're voting for the personality. We've seen what the personality has done in Lagos. We think that it's going to be.
So what it means is, it's not a party now; it's individual, because that's what will happen. mean, at the end of the day, even if you talk about these other parties, if you talk about PDP or Labour Party, show me what Labour Party had done anywhere in Nigeria that shows you that they can be there. Or even the PDP, I mean, the 16 years of PDP, if we were satisfied with the 16 years, yes, why did we go for APC? We went for APC because people believe that APC will do better.
Exactly.
And so are we going to test and untested again?
Exactly. So none of them really have much.
I don't know which one has. I mean, I can't really put my finger on it. Now, ASU is to continue the strike after a stormy neck meeting.
Oh, wow.
The truth of this matter is that government has something to do about this. I don't know if anybody agrees with me. Government set up committees. The last one was the Nimi Briggs Committee. And Nimi Briggs Committee had made recommendations. Why is government not negotiating based on Nimi Briggs recommendations on this ASU matter? They set up this committee. I mean, they probably had confidence.
Exactly. It takes a lot. The money goes into setting up committees.
Yes. And so they set up these committees. The committee had worked, submitted its report, and then
they choose to.
And then what next? So if they do not have confidence in the committee they set up by themselves, exactly. So who is going to resolve this matter? And I kept saying that, look, people are criticizing me for that. The president can't keep quiet on this matter. He cannot. But it seems that he should speak about it.
The only things he's said are just...
He should bring them together. Because it looks like they are unable to resolve this matter. And I think the man on whose table the buck stops at the end of the day should rise up to this occasion right now. I mean, what stops the president sitting at the head of the table and bringing all these people together and saying, hey, what are we going to do about this? We can't continue this way.
Wow. Well, Professor Oshudeke, following extensive deliberations on government's response to the resolution of 14th February 2022 so far, NEC concluded that the demands of the union had not been satisfactorily addressed. Consequently, NEC resolved to transmute the rollover strike to a comprehensive, total and indefinite strike action beginning from 12 a.m. on Monday, 29th August 2022. And he says that the renegotiation committee produced and submitted a draft agreement to the federal government in May 2021. It is said that until 14th February 2021, I beg your pardon, until February 2021, 2022, when the ongoing strike commenced, the federal government made no significant efforts to either sign the agreement or commence implementation. It was only after the commencement of this strike that the federal government reconstituted the committee with Professor Emeritus Nimi Briggs appointed chairman to lead the government team. What can we say? It's really sad.
We are live on Facebook, so if you want to join us, we can make this discussion even on Facebook here. So join us. Let's have this discussion on Facebook. We want to hear your thoughts on this matter right here on Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station. Just go to our Facebook fan page and drop your comment for us there. We want to hear from you, really. So let's go to some other newspapers that we have. These days newspaper, are UPDP not built on any individual? That's what IU is saying this morning. This one also says FD proposes 19.76 trillion naira. And that is for 2023 project, and are complaining right there about the deficit. Article, I'll ensure NNPC Limited is fully privatized. That's what he's saying, to be fully privatized. That's what.
And this is not the first time Atiku is going to. I think in time past he had also.
Atiku is Mr. Privatization.
Exactly.
I mean, and there are a lot of trouble with that actually. But the truth is, he's stuck to his guns to say that look, what the way forward for him is for private sector to participate actively and fully, but public assets in the hands of private people, really. Omar Geshe says any state university that is still doing solidarity strike with academic staff, federal universities, is indeed quack, as opined by the is there anything like as full president?
Maybe it's a typo.
Okay. Oluwaseun, it is not about party but about ASU. they have strike under any other government, including PDP, APC, OB, and military. And while you have every right to use your platform to canvass for your party, which party?
Oh Lord have mercy. So all the things we said, what somebody got from that is that somebody is canvassing for a party. Okay.
I'm shocked by you, Omar Geshin. I'm really shocked.
People will hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever you want to say. All right, so please let's have more comments coming our way here. Let's have more comments.
Let me take this. Oh, we're going to take a short break. Actually, it's 10:50. Is it 10:50? Okay, it's 6:50, and when we come back, also this news story from the Vanguard talking about the Pan-Yoruba Social Political Organization Afenifere expressing worry over unmanned borders. We'll take this when we come back from this break. Don't go away.
Energy ti wá gbé Quat mega promo dé báyìí o. Ìwọ sì lè jẹ́ olùtayọ oríire promo yìí tí o bá ra ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀rọ Quat oní lítà 4 tàbí lítà 5 báyìí. Ẹ̀bùn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi ni o lè jẹ́ o. Kódà o lè jẹ́ odidi ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ tiẹ̀ pàápàá. Ṣàbẹ̀wò sí ibùdó iṣẹ́ wa tàbí èyíkéyìí nínú àwọn ilé ìpín tí a fún ní àṣẹ láti kópa nínú promo yìí. Promo yìí wá láti ọjọ́ 1 oṣù keje sí ọjọ́ 29 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2022. Ṣàkíyèsí pé àwọn òfin àti ìlànà tẹ̀lé promo yìí. Ṣé wọ́n ti gbégi dínà ìlà ìpè rẹ nítorí pé o kò tí ì so National Identification Number NIN rẹ pọ̀ mọ́ ìlà MTN rẹ? Má ṣe yọnu tó bá ti ní NIN rẹ tẹ́lẹ̀. Àwọn ọ̀nà tó rọrùn rèé láti ṣe ìsopọ̀ náà padà. Ìkíní, tẹ *785#. Ìkejì, tẹ National Identification Number NIN rẹ ránṣẹ́ sí 785. Ìkẹta, lọ sí My MTN NG app. Ìkẹrin, bá Ziggy fọ̀rọ̀jomitoro ọ̀rọ̀ lórí nọ́mbà WhatsApp yìí +234 903 300 0001. Ìkarùn lọ sí www.mtn.ng. Tí o kò bá wá ní National Identification Number, ṣàtìrìn wọnú MTN Store tàbí NIMC Center tó wà nítòsí rẹ tàbí kó lọ sí MTN website láti mọ ọjọ́ àti àkókò tó máa lọ láti gbà á. Ṣe èyíkéyìí àwọn nǹkan yìí ní kíákíá o nítorí pé àǹfààní náà ṣì ṣí sílẹ̀ báyìí. Jẹ́ kí n tiẹ̀ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kan. Kí là ń ṣe lónìí yìí?
You sabi as you could protect yourself from yellow fever so?
That sickness wey dey make eye and skin yellow, when a mosquito dey cause am? No, how?
You go first carry your pikin when don reach 9 months, go any healthcare facility wey dey near you, make dem for vaccinate am. Yes o, adult sef wey never collect vaccinate go collect am.
Thank you.
May you dey lie down for inside mosquito net for your house.
I go lie down.
Wear cloth wey go cover your body wella.
I go wear am.
Dey use medicine when dem dey call mosquito repellent wey carry permethrin inside to take pursue mosquito and make sure say you dey clean your environment well.
I go clean am.
No forget say if you touch light anybody wey im body dey hot and im eye dey yellow, kiakia, pick race, carry am go the nearest health facility wey dey near you for treatment.
This message carry come from Nigeria Center for Disease Control, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, with the general support of the American people dem.
Ti dé o gbòòsà ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ Bishop Price olówó ọjà tó fìdí jálẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀dínwó ọjà tó dáa jùlọ nítọdún yìí. Má jẹ́ káyẹyẹ ọjọ́ Bishop Price olówó ọjà tó fìdí jálẹ̀ yìí gbòòsà yìí fún ọrùn. Àwọn ọjà bíi Cadbury mímu 450 gram torí chocolate gbígbóná àti Dano 350 gram tó kún pẹ̀lú mílíkì cream nínú fún $22,200 náírà dín kọ́bọ̀kan. Ó ń bẹ títí ọjọ́ 9 oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2022. Shoprite ìdíyelé tó ṣe é fọkàn tán ní gbogbo ìgbà.
Play your boss, make you power your voice. Make you take shot to messages. I beg you take shot to messages. Free your thoughts, make you lift your voice. Make you
Shampoo lozenges contain 5 natural active ingredients. Think natural. Think Shampoo. Natural sore throat reliever. If symptoms no go after 3 days, consult your doctor. Shampoo lozenges. Now quality products made by Shalina Healthcare.
Shampoo lozenges.
There are moments in life when you're just so scared and you feel like just giving up. Oh, but Dino Milk is saying, we know that you can do it. Believe in yourself and then go for it. Go for it. Nourishment, that is your Dino Milk. Oh, yes, Dino Milk. Dino Milk. Drink up your Dino Milk. Dino Milk.
very long time, I was in a toxic relationship with my partner. I kept making excuses. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe I need to refresh. Maybe I should log out and log in again. Maybe I need to go out and climb that tree. And maybe it's just bad. But not anymore, because I found the perfect partner. MTN Broadband. With its reliable and wide coverage, no more maybes, just goals. So, hashtag MTN Broadband and I for life, hashtag relationship goals.
MTN Broadband. Get yours today and enjoy internet bliss. Visit any MTN store to get yours now or visit www.mtn.ng/broadband. MTN Broadband. Data has got you covered.
Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for strong tea? I hope you're ready for it. Introducing new Lipton Extra Strong Tea. It's strong tea like you've always wanted. Expertly blended with a strong burst of flavor, intense taste and aroma, all in one bag. Now, that's a tea drinking experience like never before. So, strong tea anyone? Lipton Extra Strong. Strong burst of flavor, intense taste.
Believe and win big. Experience the wonder of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar with Coca-Cola. Buy any Coca-Cola product with a white cap. Check the code under the cap and dial *8014*1* to participate for free. You could win an all-expense paid trip to the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. There's also 250 million naira in airtime to be won instantly. T's and C's apply. Coca-Cola, official partner of the FIFA World Cup. This promo is approved by the FCCPC.
Are we not going shopping today?
Yes, we are.
So why are you not ready? Don't you think we should go early? You and who is going where? Please, I'm made for the soft life. When I said shopping, I meant shopping on Jumia. Enjoy the ease and convenience of shopping online for your phones, electronics, fashion, and more on Jumia. You can pay on delivery and return any item you have an issue with within 7 days for free. So buy your everyday needs on Jumia today. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 50 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, streaming 2nd of September on Prime Video.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all.
Journey to Middle-earth.
Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
Don't miss The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Episodes 1 and 2 coming 2nd of September, only on Prime Video.
I am pregnant. It is important for me to take care of myself and stay healthy.
To be strong and have a healthy pregnancy, take iron and folic acid tablets every day when you're pregnant. This prevents anemia and helps maintain a healthy pregnancy. Visit your healthcare provider for regular antenatal care. This message is from the ANRIN Project, Federal Ministry of Health.
Fifi, what are you doing? Where you see calendar?
I'm canceling my savings countdown. Soft Babe Life in a little bit.
Huh?
My ultra slim retina display laptop from Ultimo will be here in about 3 hours.
On Ultimo, you can own now and pay later with flexible payment options of up to 24 months. The best part is there is zero interest on our products. So shop your home appliances, electronics, furniture, gadgets, and more now on www.ultmall.ng. Ultimo. Shop more. Pay easy.
Welcome back. You're still listening to your favorite breakfast show, The Morning Splash, and we're looking at the stories making headlines. Before we move off from that ASU story, I know we took the story from the ASU side. This is a side from the federal government now from the Vanguard newspaper. It says, as members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU failed to call off their 196-day-old strike yesterday. Indications have emerged that the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, has written the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, Tinubu to get the situation report on the negotiation between the leadership of the union and the ministry. Also, there are insinuations that the federal government may drag ASU to the National Industrial Court for refusing to suspend the strike after some of its concerns had been addressed. An impeccable source in the Ministry of Labour and Employment did not confirm whether there was any such move to take ASU to the Industrial Court, but the source said the Minister of Labour, who is the conciliator-in-chief, might meet with the Minister of Education to know the status of the ongoing renegotiation talks. We gather that the Minister has written to the Minister of Education to know the status of the ongoing negotiation with ASU. Reminded that ASU has extended the strike, the source said there must be a reason they decided to extend the strike despite government's offer to them, but I don't know whether they have given their reasons for the action to the Minister of Education. The union is supposed to write to the ministry to state why they're extending the strike. They're also supposed to copy the Minister of Labour. So it's not that federal government hasn't done anything. They have they have moved.
You see, we don't know who's saying the truth or who's not saying the truth. Okay, if you I don't have any dog in this fight, except I'm a Nigerian, and I will understand. I'm looking at the NEC meeting, the communique from the NEC meeting of ASU. And let me just read paragraph 4 of that NEC meeting here. It said that for the avoidance of doubt, none of the issues that forced our union, that is ASU, to resume the suspended strike as listed in the December 2020 FGN ASU Memorandum of Action has been satisfactorily addressed by the government to date. That's ASU. And they listed the draft renegotiated FGN ASU agreement, that the second draft remains unsigned. So how to implement an unsigned agreement? The University Transparency and Accountability Solution, UTAS, has not been adopted and deployed to replace the discredited Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System, IPPIS. I wonder why they're also sticking to their gun on this IPPIS and calling it discredited. I wonder why. Because the employer deserves the right to pay you the way they want to pay you. Okay. And the white papers on visitation panel to federal universities, if ready, as claimed by government, on visitation panel to federal universities, as claimed by government more than 6 months ago, are nowhere to be found. In other words, that agreement also is not seeing the light of day. Similarly, government has not delivered on the promised balance of one tranche of the revitalization fund more than 1 year after the outstanding 2 tranches of the earned academic allowances, EAA, have not been released. And nothing has since happened on the promised support for amendment to the law of the National Universities Commission to stem the tide of proliferation of universities, especially by the state governments. Now, these are major issues, and ASU is saying they have not resolved these issues. So the government should list the issues that they have resolved.
Compromised on.
Yes.
It's, I mean, I don't think that ASU is, I wouldn't want to think that they're so, because I see part of the headline, like a sub-headline, parents saying, oh, they should have considered our children's plight. And I really get it. It's really sad, that, young people are at home and parents are frustrated. It's frustrating. But like Plato said yesterday, it looks like this is if they decide to just go back based on emotions, then we're going to find ourselves right back on this table. But then who's to say
that this will be the end of all strikes? They should end this strike. For me, ASU should end this strike. Government and ASU should reach a compromise on ending this particular strike. It has gone for too long. And so let me say my mind here. And I'm not really going to focus on ASU strike or who is to be blamed. But here is my take. How are we going to make our universities attractive to the other world? From other countries? No.
That's how they make their money.
Here in this studio, just yesterday, an Indian was here selling the universities in his country. Is it possible for any of our vice chancellors in Nigeria to go to Ghana, go to Benin Republic, and sell the University of Ibadan, University of Benin, and say, you come to the University of Benin, you're going to have good education, you're going to have quality education. Is it possible for us to do that? Is it possible for us to have foreign students from some other countries come to Nigeria and study in our public universities, like we run to their public universities? That's what I'm looking at I'm asking if government is going to think
If
from this
can they,
angle.
and if they can't, then there's a major issue.
Exactly. So why can't people come from other countries to come study in our country?
Yes.
Now, is it possible for university lecturers from Cape Verde, from Ethiopia, from Kenya, to come to Nigeria and do their sabbatical in any of our public universities? And the salaries, the emolument, is condition of service, are they competitive enough for people to come like that and come and study here?
If they are not, there are issues there.
If they cannot do it, exactly, thank you, Ronke, there are issues there. So is it possible for us to sell, our educational sector to the world?
You can sell.
Exactly.
They can't even buy that product because their children are not even there.
Exactly. So that's the point for me. I mean, whether you talk about ASU, PDP, APC, I really do not care about them. All I care about is our education that quality enough that we can sell it. As people go to Cyprus, as people go to other countries,
go to the weirdest places,
wherever. I mean, you go to places where you can't even imagine.
Yes.
So people go there to go and study. Nigerians
look at some of our children that are stuck in Ukraine. They have even refused to even come back. Even though the places, universities are no longer.
So the federal government is insisting that they are done well by our universities. If you think about it, can we sell these universities to the world? Can people from other countries come here and study, or lecturers come here and study? Can we sell our health sector to the world? Can people come here and take treatment?
Yes, exactly. So it's beyond the ASU
it's not about
fundamental. Yes,
it's not about PDP. I mean, when PDP was there, was it better?
Exactly. And I mean, that's really the bottom line. These products, they are saying, ASU is just being incorrigible. ASU is just being this product that we're talking about. Like we've talked about in the West, in other developed countries, they are making so much money off us, our children who pay an arm and a leg just to go to school there. So their money is too made from, they made a lot of the percentage of money made from, international students. Can we replicate that here? Is it a product that anybody will be able to pay, pounds, dollars, thousands of dollars to come to that?
To come and study here.
If not, we should fix that first and then let's see.
What about UI that would make somebody from other countries to come and study there? What about OAU? Exactly. I mean, what about Uniben that will make them to come and leave their own country and come here and be safe to come and study here? That's the point. That's the point for me.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, apart from even the universities, the insecurity, which is what I was talking about, the Feni Ferry saying there are issues even with the unmanned borders. Even if our universities are, the problems are just really a lot. If universities are great, the insecurity, there are Americans that come here, after a while, America starts to say, if I leave Nigeria because the security situation is bad. Yes, it's in the Vanguard newspaper where the Pan-Yoruba Social Cultural Organization of Feni Ferry yesterday described as appalling and worrisome a disclosure by Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Irabo that more than half of the borders in the northeast and northwest of the country are unguarded. Irabo had revealed that 137 out of about 261 borders in the northeast and northwest regions of the country were unguarded, and that these porous borders accounted for easy access of terrorists from neighboring countries into Nigeria.
We discussed last week, and we discussed this matter, and I was wondering why he said that to tell us that they know. But if you know the problem, where are the solutions? What are you doing about them? Are we going to just leave our borders, that open, and anybody can come in and go out there from there? So when we complain about insecurity, isn't that a major artery for our insecurity? I mean, if people can walk into your home and go out anytime they like, anyhow they want, that's a major problem, really, for me. On Facebook, Akim Adedamorashitu, thank you for your response. He said the truth is that there are about 4 blocks in APC, out of which 2 are major. The CPC block is the one ruled since 2015. It's the ACM block that is planning to take over by 2023. And he said, I'm definitely not surprised with the PMB administration because he never poses the best managers. Thank you, Akim Adedamorashitu, for your response this morning.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the phone line. Number to call is 0809-155-1055 or 080-5699-8678. Let's hear your thoughts this morning on Straight from the Dailies. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Sola.
Go ahead, sir.
Our problem is this nation. When we start with ASU, and I would like to ask Nigeria a question. Can we basically say something that is working right now in Nigeria. When we say on here that it's not all about that, it's not all about it. When the home is a children is scattered, who would you blame? When everything at home is being in disarray, who will you blame? You blame the head because the head gives a direction. When the head cannot give proper direction, that is when what we have in Nigeria of today will begin to happen. When we say it's not about PDP, it's not about APC, yes, but we cannot teach them how to tell it. A party that comes with the mantra of the one we have been using for 16 years is bad. Came in within 7 years and we can see how Nigeria formed to. Can Nigerians say their life is better than 2015 or PDP? Of today, can any Nigeria boast of that? This government is bad. Let's call a spade a spade. Every sector. Is this education you want to take? When you are talking about infrastructure, what infrastructure are you talking about? You are talking about the road in Ibadan here and a train that is how many Nigeria can ride on it? I think Nigeria, we should think deeper these days. We, the electorate, should think deeper. We should think well before we let another leader this time around. Thank you.
Thank you very much from Apata. I think that was Lori from Apata. Thank you so much. We want to hear your thought as well. Someone else is here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Oluwaseun Julius. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Oluwaseun Julius.
Now, let us be frank with ourselves. I appreciate the way you people talk this morning. And if anybody is not happy, then I don't know, maybe we'll have to go and fall himself into that lagoon in Lagos. Because, you see, one of the things I believe APC should be talking about now is achievements. That we have been able to do this for Nigerians, we have been able to do this. I listened to a Somali sometimes ago, one of the national television, and he said, Tinubu should be taken away from what is happening in this administration. That's number one. Number two, somebody told me sometimes ago on this station again, that you can market somebody and that person depends on how it's going to work. But I believe something, that during the time that APC want to come into power, Tinubu himself was the person on stage telling us that 4 years will be 4 years. And again, money will be given to students. And after then, they will secure jobs. Now, the worst is the matter now. On the matter of ASU, this government is not ready to negotiate with them. Even what is it so bad if Mr. President himself calls them to order and tell them we cannot do this, but this is what we can do. I'm the father of this country. I'm talking to you. I want to believe in my spirit that those who will listen to him. But Oluwaseun, on our own, let's just oppose it. This country is so fair, treated by this administration? No. But now they are campaigning that they are going to bring this, they are bringing that. No. They should campaign on the achievement they've given us as Nigerians. Then we know they want to continue. If you are wearing any other shoe, we know that there is trouble on ground. Oluwaseun, good morning.
Thank you very much, Oluwaseun Julius. I mean, you have the right to all of the opinions that you've got, and I thank you so much. Nobody's begrudging anybody's opinion here. You have a right to it. So let's see who is here with us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Yes. Dr. Ade Momo.
Hey, Dr. Momo, welcome.
I'm fine, thank you. You see, I'm happy that I'm on this program because I've been trying to come in for some time now. Wow. Now, I want to speak briefly on ASU issues instead. Now, I think the government have this opportunity to use the media against ASU. And because they've removed the economic power, the economic power of these ASU people has been removed of them. So there is really no way they can let you know their own side of the story. You understand? Now, basically, they just tell you most parents and students. The only thing that the word on the street is, hey, these people are unreasonable, ASU is unreasonable, they just want increase in salaries and a whole lot of things. Fine, you mentioned something about UTAS and the rest of them. Now, the edit on stuff that, the edit and some of the statutes that made ASU or made that made the universities to be does not give room for the usual employer and employee arrangement in the private sector. You understand? And you also need to understand that with this ASU government, if I say, there's one thing about somebody who also has children in school. They also have children in those same schools that you're talking about. The government that they are fighting with don't even have their children in these same schools they're talking about. You can imagine, for example, in my kind of profession, imagine some equipment that they need in a higher institution that you have to start going to private establishment to try and let me say borrow it. When government should have provided some of those things. So some of these things that the government should be providing for them, they've decided not to give them. And then they don't have the economic power to do that on their own. Then the only thing government pushes to the public is they want increase in salaries, Yes, even if they want increase in salaries, I think they still deserve those increase in salaries, because if you find out in this university system, many of them use their salaries to even run their research and so many other things like that. For example, I was running a study some time ago. Look at the situation of this single treasury. Okay. Now, I was supposed to be under a study, this Makoto Foundation thing. They sent in money to the school. Immediately the money came in, the money went to the IPPIS. Now, there should be a system whereby you can, when those grants and things like that come in, as soon as this money is coming, you should be able to just call for it. Oh, we want to do this and this and that, and then provide money. No. As soon as the money went into IPPIS, and that was the end of it. And those ones there from US were already disturbing the principal investigator, and they gave them timelines to do what they needed to do. Do you know the person has to use his salary, went to go and borrow money to even just to try and execute the program to save his face. These are some of the things that go on. Sorry, I'll take you, but really, these are some of the things that you don't get to hear. You don't get to hear on from the side. You don't get to even hear from the side of those professors and all that. I'm not a professor, so I wouldn't do, but then they are getting more than you think.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You see, there's something I know about what Dr. Mo is talking about. This third-party sponsorship. The government bureaucracy had killed a lot of researchers, because when they sponsor from US or UK, send the dollars into Central Bank of Nigeria, it becomes very arduous for these researchers to get the money to execute this project. And I've had a lot of stories like over the weekend. I still had some people lamenting to me, can you investigate this matter? It is true. It is true.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Moore. That was really good. And of course, that's where we're going to wrap it up on this first half of the Morning Splash. We're coming back for the second half at 8 o'clock, so make sure to join us then. Thank you for your messages on Facebook. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for listening and being a part of the program. We'll be back at 8, like I said, so make sure to join us then. I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa.
And I'm your sincerely Oluwaseun, Akinola. Good morning.
You want to know why Fanta goes really great with snacks? Because just like Fanta, snacking is colorful. You don't need to follow any rules to snack. No glasses or cutlery,